drop your sword. This is Caralyn How from What You Really, Really Want, where I help women who are too quiet and living too quiet lives to put on their big girl panties and grow a pair of vocal cords so that they can put voice to and get every last thing they ever wanted. Yes, everything. Everything. So today I started off with a little, my son's sword. This is representative of my favorite movie of all time, The Princess Bride. And I started off this way to tell you about one little time when I was trying to get my kids to actually drop their swords. This is not a metaphor. They were sword fighting and it was bedtime and they would not listen to me. And I kept saying, guys, put the swords down. Guys, put the swords down. It's time to put the swords away. It's bedtime. Put the swords away. Put the swords down. And I said it like 7 different ways. And I was ready to scream and yell at them and just say, put the swords down, and have punishments and do the mad mom thing because nobody was listening. And then I got one of the swords from the sword basket. Yes, there's a sword basket in my house. And I pointed it at them and I said, drop your sword. And having seen The Princess Bride themselves, they paused. It was immediate stopping of the sword fighting, and they started laughing hysterically. So I tell you that story because sometimes we need to come at it from a different angle. Whatever the issue is that we're dealing with, we need to come at it from a different angle. And we need to use different words and a different approach with a different attitude. And in that instance, I used humor. And because, again, my kids had seen this movie, they got it. And they started laughing. And it got their attention. And they listened and they dropped their swords. And I've since tried to use that very same line in the very same way several times. And it's no longer funny and it no longer works. So my point is that we have to always be on our toes and looking for new-fangled ways to get what we want from other people. And you deal with this with your kids if you're a parent, but certainly with your coworkers, with your employees, with your boss, with your spouse, with your partner, with your friends, with everybody in your life that you need something from. And I have to say, humor is one of the best ways to get something from somebody, especially if they're not expecting it. My brother, Nathaniel Howe, otherwise known as Nate, he used to get anything he wanted from me. Usually that meant forgiveness when we were kids by just doing something stupidly funny. And no matter how mad I was at him, he could always make me laugh. And it pissed me off because I wanted to stay mad. And I see the very same thing in Ike, Spider-Man, who you saw yesterday. He can't stay mad. He can't stay mad. If I do something goofy, he just has to laugh. So when all else fails, look for a different approach. Look for something that you haven't said before in a way that you haven't said it. And even if the situation is tense, even if the relationship is tense, even if you're not used to using humor with this person, try to find some lighthearted way to say what you want to say, if you possibly can, because nagging does not work. And it makes you feel bad, and it makes the person that you're nagging feel bad. And that's never a winning recipe. So, don't nag. Be a comedian. If you can't figure out how, search your brain until you figure out a way. Find a sword. Quote a movie. Dance a jig. Sing an Air Supply song. It doesn't matter what you do. People need to be woken up, and everybody loves to laugh. I don't care who it is. We don't all have the exact same sense of humor, but everybody loves to laugh, and nobody likes to be nagged. So the next time you need somebody to do something in your life, don't stay quiet about it. But don't get mad either. Get funny, get happy, get creative. So for you today, I want to hear from you about you having dropped your swords, your nagging sword, and come up with a creative new way to get something done. If you've done something with your kids before, if you've done something in the past that's worked, share it in the comments here, because we want to hear about it so we can spread the joy and stop the nagging and the whining and the complaining. So this is tip number 4, day number 4 of our 21-day Grow a Pair challenge. And today I challenge you to grow a pair and break out of the mold of how you normally interact with somebody and look for a fun or funny way to mix it up and get everyone to drop their swords. All right, that's it. I'm signing off for today. Leave me some comments and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks so much.